Alright, so this is my 2019 NECA Legendary Godzilla. So as you can see, it looks kind of goofy. No, nothing, nothing scary about this figure. So I got this off of Shopee, and you see the eyes are a bit googly. The paint is nice. The proportion and everything, it's okay. And the sculpt, it's okay. But yeah, I figured, why not um, transform it into something more scarier, something cooler, just like this guy right there. So I got some pictures of the film, and as you can see from the pictures and this sculpt that I saw from Japan, um, is what we're gonna do. So first we applied some yellow paint. So initially it turned green for some reason, and then on the second application we also applied another coat of yellow acrylic paint, and this is what it looks like. uh, it's just a base so that the other colors would adhere to it. And then now we applied some uh, red. So at first it turned orange, and then another layer of red, and then turns a little bit more redder. Okay, so make sure that you've really gotten into all those details to make sure that uh, nothing is left. All of it is red or yellow. So, and now we're using this flat nylon brush to paint some of the black paint on Godzilla. So as you can see, we're not really getting in deep with all this paint, and that's really done on purpose so that you could still see a lot of that red and yellow underneath those crevices of Godzilla's skin, giving the illusion that it's burning like ember. So um, you can put this anywhere in in the body, in this in the in the scales. So this time around we're doing the chest area. We're doing the same method for the back, for the legs of Godzilla. So you just put in some details, and at this point we're already doing the tail. So as you can see, there's really gonna be a mix of colors, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. That's we wanted to see a lot of the red, a lot of the orange, a lot of the yellows that are uh, coming from that are radiating from the crevices of Godzilla's skin. So yeah, so in this part, we're also using a number a point 0.4 flat brush, if I'm not mistaken. So at least the flat brush, you could be a little uh, hard on it, but it doesn't really the paint doesn't really penetrate that much on the crevices, so it gives you that textured look. In this part right here, we're already painting um, the the back part of Godzilla, especially the fins at the back, so or the dorsal plates of Godzilla. So here, you don't really have to apply too much paint. So you just have to apply a little bit of paint on and follow the same strokes. So in this case, the strokes are always going upward. So looking at the same sculpture that we saw in Japan, we saw that what happened was at the tip of each dorsal plate, it's colored red, but the insides of it is a bit black, giving us the illusion that the dorsal plates are actually burning. So that's exactly what we did here. And we will do the same thing on the base of each dorsal plate, making sure that there's kind of like a gradient on it. Now, here we are doing the neck and the face. So just like the rest of the body, we're applying some black paint on it. Nothing fancy. We didn't really mix anything. It's just black acrylic. And you just have to be a little bit more lighter on it because the crevices aren't really that deep. So you have to make sure that you're not applying too much paint on the face. Yeah, so we will do this on both sides. So just make sure that you check the joints as well to see if you've missed some spots to paint it. It would have been actually easier if we disassembled the whole thing. Although in this case, sometimes those left out red parts even give more transition in the colors. So it's like as if another ember is seeping through those joints. So otherwise, it's still good. So next, we're going to be painting the teeth and the tongue. So in this case, the teeth has already been painted white, and the eyes has already been painted white. And now in this part, we're already painting the tongue and the roof of the mouth area. So here we're using a bright red color to paint the mouth. So just be careful not to hit some of the white parts of the teeth. Okay, so at this point, we're already gonna apply the yellow acrylic paint on the eyes. So this is the same color that we applied on the whole figure earlier. So now we're just putting those very minute details. So in this case, we are using a fine tip brush to use for both eyes and the teeth because the details are really small in this case. But yeah, the paint, it's nothing fancy again. It's just bright yellow acrylic paint. And if you wanted to highlight some details like the crevices on the gills of Godzilla or any of the crevices that you feel like is too dark, you can use this method to retouch those areas with lighter paint. But overall, I feel like the look on the whole body and the detail that we did on the whole body is already sufficient, so to speak. So I feel like there's no need to retouch most of those lines on the whole body anymore. So yeah, so that is exactly how we did um, this figure. And after this one, I'll show you the before and after of what burning Godzilla looks like. Alright, so that wraps up our short tutorial on how to paint your NECA figures. It's really easy. You could use acrylic paint if you want it a bit matte. You could use latex if you want it a bit glossy. So in this whole video I used acrylic. So yeah, I'd also like to take this opportunity to greet everyone a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. We promise to give you more content next year, more exciting videos, and so yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys soon. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, peace.